What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. It's MMA Tizzy here, and I'm going to be giving my predictions for the UFC fight night this weekend. Strickland versus Magomedov. And we're going to do the main card today. We're not going to do the prelims, but except the Kevin Lee fight, because obviously it's Kevin Lee, so I thought we should still predict that fight. Um, he's going to lose, okay? Okay, Kevin Lee's going to lose. He's terrible, to be honest. He's basically lost to people he should have destroyed, okay? This guy gets a fight, and Dana White was basically like, right, here's an easy win, bro. Go and get your win back, and let's get this Kevin Lee hype train back on track. And then he would get destroyed by them. This guy lost to D-Rod. And is D-Rod the worst opponent ever? No, but he did also lose to much, much worse opponents. So yeah, this guy lost to a 40-year-old. So yeah, and also they've given him a nightmare matchup here. They've given him a guy with better wrestling and a better gas tank. So he's gonna win. This fight isn't gonna stay standing. Renat's gonna take him down relentlessly, and he'll gas out, and he's probably gonna get submitted, guys. I think he's gonna get submitted in the third round because Renat isn't like a finisher on the ground. He's quite happy just holding you down. But eventually, Kevin Lee will give his back up. So it will probably be in the third round when he's exhausted after this guy's been laying on him. And yeah, he will be getting destroyed this weekend, guys. So that's just a heads up on that. We move on. Bruno Ferreira versus Nursultan Ruziboev. Well, you see, the thing is, right, Bruno Ferreira is actually quite good at boxing, okay? This guy's got quite good hands. He knocked out Gregory Rodriguez. But the problem is, this fight isn't going to stay standing, guys. I'm going to be honest. And Nursultan, I didn't actually know who he was before this. I've just done loads of research on him. He's a grappler, guys. This jiu-jitsu guy, all his finishes. He's doing all these like grappling tournaments and stuff, and he's finishing all these guys by arm bars and kimuras. So he's quite like an arm submission specialist, and that just he's a middleweight. Okay, Bruno's a middleweight. This guy's a grappler, so you know how that's going to go. He's going to get taken down, and Bruno is not going to have any good grappling defense. I know he's undefeated, but I feel like this is just a new type of matchup that he's not really ready for. I think obviously he's going to want to fight strikers, and I can't see this going well for him. If it goes to the ground, this will be over pretty quickly. I think he'll probably get a sub within 2 rounds if you can take him down. However, there is a small chance that Nursultan has been fluking it against terrible opponents, and Bruno Ferreira might be good enough to stuff his takedowns. And if that is the case, guys, Bruno is going to knock this guy out because, as far as I'm aware, he's clueless standing. So, yeah, but I do think he'll be able to find a takedown because middleweight's such a low skill division. But if not, Bruno will be getting this one done. But my prediction is Nursultan Ruziboev by round 2, armbar. Yeah, no, Kimura, yeah. We move on. Ismail Bonfim versus Benoit Saint Denis. I'm going with Ismail, but Benoit isn't that bad, okay? And is Benoit going to cap? The thing is, right, it's going to take a bad Bonfim performance for Benoit to win. Like, Benoit ain't the kind of guy that goes out there and flatline KOs you. He'll work his way to a win. Kind of like Leon Edwards, except obviously ignoring the time he did flatline Usman. This is his most fight to win. He's got the finishing ability. Benoit is all right. I think he's 10-1, and he's on like a 3-fight win streak, or he's lost. I think he's on like a 2 or 3-fight win streak. Yeah, so he's not bad, but most of his fights go to decision and stuff like that. I can just see Ismail being too much for him early on and knocking him out. To be honest, guys, like, I don't know. Ismail's really good. He's got fast hands. He puts the pressure on you, pushes you up against the cage. And I think that's going to be all it takes to get a win over a guy like this. This is kind of a layup fight for Ismail, I think. So I'm going for a Ismail Bonfim knockout. The pressure's going to be too much. And I don't mean like the pressure of being at the fight night. I mean the pressure of Ismail pressing him up. I don't think he's going to be used to it. It's going to be the best striker Benoit's ever faced. And I think he's going to get this one done. First round TKO. We move on. Max Griffin versus Michael Moraes. Right, I've looked at Michael Moraes, right? And I'm going to be honest, guys, because a lot of people are hyping him up. He ain't that good, okay? He ain't that good. He just fights completely in the pocket. So as soon as he fights someone with hands who's got punching power, he's getting KO'd. Because this guy literally just swings in the pocket but wins. I presume he's got a long reach. He looks quite lanky. Will he beat Max Griffin though? Yes, he will. But Max Griffin isn't that good, guys. Okay, Max Griffin's beatable. You know, we all know it. He's old. He's 36 or 37 now, maybe, and you can kind of impose your will on Max, so he could catch him. But the thing is, guys, I'm taking Michael Moraes here, but I'm not going to be taking Michael Moraes against any actually good opponent. Opposition. Sorry. So anyone ranked, I'm not picking Michael Moraes unless it's Neil Magny maybe, but. The point is that this guy basically loses to any striker, okay? Any good striker, Michael Moraes is getting knocked out. Because I've watched his hands. When you watch him, he's worrying. Like, you're like, oh, he's going to get knocked out. But obviously he hasn't because he's undefeated. But, like, if I was watching this guy live, I'd be like, oh, my God, he's going to get knocked. Oh, I can't watch. Oh, and he's knocked out. That's kind of how I expect this fight to go against a top 15 guy. Because this guy just swings in the pocket. And, he does win, but... Some of the fights, you're just thinking, well, that guy didn't know how to strike, and if he knew, you would have been flatlined. You know what I mean? So, I'm not going to be taking him in the future. But Max Griffin is bad, and I think Michael might just have it on the ground. But honestly, on the feet against Max Griffin because he's not very good. But honestly, and also, Michael isn't a welterweight. Okay, this Michael guy, he's tiny. He ain't a welterweight. He's a lightweight. Okay, he's way too small for welterweight. But Max Griffin ain't that big either. So, that would change my pick if the opponent wasn't Max Griffin. So honestly, Michael's probably going to win this. But if Max Griffin drops him, I can just see this guy giving up. And honestly, he could drop him because his stand-up, he's there to be hit. Okay, so not too confident on that one. But I'm taking Michael Moraes to win, and we're going decision. We move on. Damir Ismagulov versus Grant Dawson. Well, the lines are close and they shouldn't be this close, which is telling me that something's wrong with Damir, okay? This guy, something is wrong with him. This guy destroys everyone, more or less, who isn't, a good opponent. And he retired, okay? So the fact that he retired, he must have had something really bad going on. And the reason the lines are so close is because they're reflecting that they're unsure about his illness. And I don't think he was particularly eager to come back and fight. It isn't I'm coming back for the belt. I'm pretty sure this is a one and done because he's got one fight left on his contract and he wanted to do his due diligence. So, and also, looking back, Damir has this twitchy thing. So, not hugely confident in him whatsoever. Grant Dawson's good, okay? This guy's good. Good wrestler, okay? And Damir on the feet, probably better, but again, he had that twitchy thing, so hard to tell. No confidence in Damir. He may be absolutely terrible. This health thing might have ruined his life. So not predicting him. Grant Dawson to win by decision. I think he's going to win 3 rounds. Okay, Grant as the underdog. I like that. Damir, the health thing is just too much. I'm not picking a guy with a health scare like that, especially coming back so recently. And I see it as well. It's not like he had COVID and he fought it. I'm going to have to edit that out, am I? It's not like he had that bad illness and he fought it off, you know what I mean? But, yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Damir, ill, I can't pick him. We move on. Main prediction. Okay, I've been humming and hawing on this one. I couldn't decide, but I finally come to a decision. I'm going with Abus Magomedov, okay? Because I just had to think about this for a while. I've seen Magomedov get flatlined by what you'd call lesser opponents, but they had power. Sean Strickland ain't really that kind of guy, He ain't going to be dropping Magomedov in the first round. And ultimately, I think Magomedov is just going to knock him out in the first, okay? Because Sean just doesn't help himself, okay? He's got a bit of an ego or something, and he drops his hands all the time. And maybe, I feel like he's going to have a good first minute, find his timing, he's going to think he's found his range, and Magomed's just going to jump forward. He does this a lot. He jumps forward, and I think he's just going to swing big and land, because this guy's got power, This guy's really strong. And also, to be honest, guys, Magomed's got good takedowns. He'll just try and find the single, and then he'll just lift you up and dunk you. And he's bigger than Sean. He's definitely stronger than him. So, honestly, he could use the wrestling in this fight, because people are saying, I don't know if he's going to wrestle Sean. He could wrestle Sean, okay? If this ain't going well for him on the feet, he's going to wrestle, I guess. Because we haven't seen Sean wrestle in so long, so it's been a good year or two since Sean's wrestled, so it would be a good idea. And he's been training with Alex Pereira, which is basically obviously Alex is one of the best strikers of all time. He ain't a good wrestler though. So Sean's had a striking camp as far as I'm aware. So if Abyss wants to shoot, bro, because you're probably gonna get the W. But I just feel like Abyss is gonna catch him in the first round. He's pretty rangy. And he runs forward, which I like, because Sean barely misses big hooks against people that kind of move forward slowly. They try and throw hooks and they just miss. And I just think I can just see it happening. He's Magomedov's at the center of the cage. He lunges forward, swings two big two big hooks, and one of them, the final one, lands, and just puts Strickland out. And then finished against the side of the cage. That's what I'm seeing. My only worry is that if Sean's kind of he gets knocked down, but he's still in the fight, Abyss won't be able to finish him and will somehow ruin it for himself and gas out, because this guy's really calm when he knocks people down on the ground, and he's kind of too calm. He throws punches that wouldn't barely hurt sometimes. It's a bit weird. Hopefully he changes that, and that was just a one-off thing, because that was kind of scary to watch, because this guy was literally just letting the guy recover. But yeah, I'm just going with Abyss Magomedov by first round KO here. I think he's just going to catch him, to be honest. I was going to say kind of like Pereira, but not like that technical. He's just going to swing and catch him, to be honest, guys. Abyss is decent, but is this the best person Abyss has ever fought? Yeah, but I'm feeling a fluke here. I'm feeling a fluke win for Abyss. And the UFC clearly want him, because they're giving him a number 7 opponent when he's unranked. So says it all. They clearly have some confidence that he's gonna win. Could Strickland just outpace him for 5 rounds? Yes, entirely possible. Decision win for Strickland is completely not off the cards. Don't think he'll finish Abyss, but decision win is not off the cards whatsoever. But yeah, that's my prediction. Abyss Magomedov, swinging crazy hooks and lands, first round KO. That's it. That's the predictions. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm MMA Tizzo. Subscribe if you're new. We're nearly at 1,000 subs. We've got 140 to go. I'd really appreciate it. It just means you don't miss any future content. Leave a like if you enjoyed the predictions. Comment down below your predictions, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.